Okay, right then. So, generally speaking, setup was good. Grip was getting a little strong on occasions, okay? You can see that it was a bit blurring on that left. I think if I can get it back to there, I might be able to unblur it. That's a bit better there. That one there. Just there's a bit of grip underneath that right thumb. We can see this one here, that thumb's a bit more kind of over the top there. This one's a bit off to the side, just slightly, okay? Which will have obviously the tendency to close that club face down. So just getting that, I've seen in the past, like the first few shots in your warm-ups, you were bringing the club on with that sort of like palm to the back of the golf club and grip it, so you were getting underneath. Just to keep remembering, that's going to be something you have to kind of obviously get used to, okay? Takeaway now, this is the main focus now with the box here. Now we can do this at home. This was your takeaway in the before, okay? So the wrists were doing most of the work there now. Taking the golf club away now. You can see almost like just in your jacket there, so where your forearms are here. Sort of moving that club away now. Just a lot of risk going on there, taking that golf club away. And what that's going to cause to do is the way your hands twist, because you're doing that almost with the club by sort of taking it away from the backswing, which is closing down the club face, okay? So you've got the golf club to the top of your back. That was basically your backswing position there now. Compare that to this here now as you push the golf club away. Look at that.
What a difference.
And then, look at that. Now, if I'm being really critical, you moved a bit more over. Look at the length of the backswing. I mean, that's more of a turn your hands are above your head. I mean, that was literally your backswing length. That's as far back as you went.
Right.
Okay. Whereas this one, look how far back you've gone now. I mean, you're creating far more power. There you go. Look where the club is. I mean, if I go back to your takeaway there, that was your backswing. I mean, it's chalk and cheese, isn't it? Like I say, there's a little bit of lean this way, which I just be careful of when you're at home practicing that. When you're filming yourself, we want to make sure that when we swing back, ideally speaking, if I was to draw a line up here now from your right foot, we'd want your head to stay inside that blue line. On this one, you probably get half your head kind of in it.
I see what you
just
mean.
Moving a bit more off to that trail side.
Yeah.
In terms of the takeaway, though, you can see there's a little bit, if I just sort of zoom in on this. So your club face there is pretty square, okay? Look at that there. The heel kind of goes back, yeah? So that's just closing the... So even there now, in that first 1 inch of takeaway, you've closed the club face. So just making sure that box goes back. And what I would try and do then maybe with the box is put the box closer, so you're not trying to sort of flatten the club off to the box itself, okay? And you almost want to try and get the sensation the box is actually rotating almost, I guess it'd be clockwise as you go back. It's almost like you're pushing it back with a little bit of clockwise turn, not this kind of hooding or whatever it may be, okay? But certainly there now, you can see as that club's gone back, still in screen there, look where your hands are. If you go here now, I mean, that club is out of the screen, and look at the angle in your hands there now. They're all kind of like very cocky with the wrist, isn't it, okay? So the more you can move your body away, okay, we're rotating better. It's a much fuller backswing. Yes, if I'm being critical, like I say, you've swayed a little bit, but that's some of the bit of practice that will come through. Back to the golf ball there now, and then through to get a nice balanced finish. And it's the thing we're trying to get in time with the club working more this way as opposed to so much from that inside path, okay? But that inside path out to the right, as we said in the past, will always be there if your club face is aiming left and going to cause a hook. If your ball is going to spin right to left in the air and look something like that, you're going to start it over there to get it back to target. You're bound to. You're not going to stand on the golf course and just keep hitting everything 30 yards left of the trees, are you? But as I said, the problem with every golfer is they fix the fault by trying to add it to another fault and change the path rather than fixing the club face, which is the number one problem. Yeah. So what I would suggest for you is do this in front of a mirror a few times a day if you can. You're just pushing that box back. Just get the feeling of how that club is going to move away with your hands and arms, okay? Get that takeaway working back more torso and using the bigger, stronger muscles of the golf swing to push that box back. And then just when you then go to the range, maybe try a couple as a warm-up swing, take away the stabilisers, see how they go. If you find it causing you a problem, then put the box back there. And again, don't worry about the contact or quality or lack thereof when the box is there. What we're looking for is does the ball start right and does it stay right? Yeah. If it stays right, the club face at least has gone back and not hooded back quite so much, okay? Yes. And that's the key thing. So it's getting you back into a position of impact where you're kind of hitting the golf ball here now, everything's sort of lined up to that left side, and the club face is a little bit more square to target. It's not aiming somewhere to the left of target, it's aiming a bit more kind of where you want to go. All right, so work on that takeaway, pushing that club away with the torso. The only thing to be mindful of, like we said, is you're not swaying when you do that quite so much. That's not too bad. I think you had a couple where you sort of really try to do it and your head was kind of aiming up over here somewhere where you're like... And if you get there, you can't go back to the golf ball. No. You just end up toe ending in the ball at the sideboard as you did that 1 or 2 shots. You had that a few times, okay? So pushing it away, get that feeling of that box moving back now with the torso and the arms. Just a much more one-piece controlled takeaway. So you do a good swing, mate. So, makes sense?
Perfect.
Some things to work on then?
Yeah, great drill.
Good stuff.
Great drill.
Very good, yeah.